I'm quite excited. First diesel on the channel. Is not just any diesel. I don't know much about this car yet. Like you'd expect it to be just a normal everyday family car, but this thing's quite violent. We have Mike on the channel, and he's brought this Audi. Audi what?
It's an Audi. It's got a very long name. Audi SQ5 3-litre V6 by TDI Quattro.
Yes, yes. I'll just cut. Yeah, Mike, just tell us a bit about the car. So what model it is and like how long you have it?
It's a 2016, and you could call it a lockdown special. So I had a Q5 before this, the normal 2-litre, and then I've always wanted this one because it had the engine that I wanted. It's the V6 twin turbo, and it was on special May last year. It was like a really good price, and they gave me a really good deal, and yeah, I've had it ever since May last year.
It's a quite short period of time, eh?
Yeah.
All the stuff you mentioned while we were talking.
Yeah.
So
and then the modifying bug bit. Yeah, I've always had fast diesels though. That's the thing. I like diesel vehicles.
And with this diesel cars, it pushes out quite a number of torque, eh?
A lot of torque.
Amount of torque.
Yeah.
So let's get to that.
Okay.
Just take us in there.
The numbers, the number game. Yeah, so look, this car's stock is 230 kilowatts with 625 newtons.
It's already a lot.
That's a lot. That's really a lot for a car. So then I did just what you call stage 1 software with dark arts, and that took it to 265 kilowatts, 710 newtons.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's just the software and the downpipe.
That's just the software, yeah. No, not even downpipe. Not even downpipe.
It's amazing, eh?
And that was great for stage 1. It was really, it was really good. It was a lot of fun. But with these cars, the diesels, you need to get rid of like what you call a DPF, an EGR, and it's basically like these filters, right, for the diesels, and they just bring up soot. And so with that, I removed the cat put in the downpipe,
which is quite restrictive.
Yeah. So I imported stuff from Darkside Developments in the UK. They're like diesel tuning experts.
Yeah.
And downpipe, then the DPF pipe I had made local by SR. Checking the engine, but it comes off the turbo, straight off the big turbo at the top, downpipe into like a split Y pipe. Yeah. And that removes the cat and the DPF. And then I also removed the EGR, exhaust gas recirculation, with diesels. Also imported a turbo inlet pipe, silicone one. Not that it does really much, but it looks cool. And then most recently, I just had the new Darkside Developments intercooler that I imported, and that's installed as well.
Yeah. I think we just need to get the pool here.
We can get a pool. Yeah, we can get a pool. We can get a pool.
Jesus.
That's 120.
Yes. The nice thing about this, you won't expect it, man.
No.
The way it looks, man, it just looks supple.
So I'm not there for quarter miles or to be the fastest on Kalani, but I'm there to annoy GTI drivers. Yeah, and it's still a family car. It's a 2-ton SUV. After all the mods, I had it retuned at Amin. You know Amin from MRC Tuning, Evolution Performance. Yeah.
So he's known for the diesel cars.
He's known for everything. He's got like the fastest TTS I think in the country. But Amin was an absolute mad genius, and it took it from 265 to 309.
Sure. So just with the software at the time.
Well, proper tuning, but obviously in between I had the downpipe fitted and the exhaust, and that allowed the turbo to really like be free basically, because there was a lot of restrictions. And yeah, so now it sits on 309 kilowatts and 750 newtons.
And you still got much more into this car, eh?
There's still more to go. I haven't had it retuned after the intercooler, but not that you would get much more apart from playing with maybe a bit of timing and fuel. But look, I'm happy with it as it is, I mean, 0 to 100 4.2 seconds. And nice thing about these motors, not people know, the bottom end, the pistons, the crankshaft and the rods is all forged.
Sure.
Yeah, so it comes
so it can take that punch.
And people often mistake this car because it's got the 3-liter V6 TDI. They think it's the same as the Amarok, but it's actually very different. This is the Porsche motor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep, so nice. The Porsche out of the Macan.
Yes.
Exactly the same.
And it doesn't sound like a diesel, to be honest.
Well, that's Audi and their little tricks. They've got these. I'll show you. They've got these little baffles in the exhaust, and it kind of mimics a petrol car sound.
It's quite a nice sound, eh?
Yeah, the V6 is. Yeah,
and it's not too loud as well, man. But I'm sure you can make it loud if you want.
I can show you a link to a video where Darkside do a straight 6. A straight pipe on this V6, and it sounds like a Nissan GTR. I shit you not.
So what exhaust is this car running?
It's stock standard.
Serious?
Stock standard, just with a downpipe, and then, but I would call it maybe a catback. Catback until about halfway through the car, and then the rest is stock.
DSG?
It's not actually. So it's not a dual clutch. It's it's a torque converter box actually, but it's got funny mechatronics and stuff to make it faster. But it's an 8-speed, 8-speed torque converter.
And can you like set the gearbox the way it shifts? It's quite responsive, eh?
Yeah.
With the shifts.
So that's the thing. I mean, all torque converter boxes were very slow, and this is a ZF box made in the USA. It's used on the BMWs, on the Porsches. It's a super strong box. It can take up to about 1,000 newtons, and unbreakable. Yeah. Well, I hope it can't break.
It's basically bulletproof.
They say it's bulletproof. Yeah.
It's not flat out.
No. There's no
launch control?
There's no launch control. It's basically foot on the brake. Push it to about 2.5.
Yes.
So that was a 4-wheel spin. The more you boost it, I mean, there's a point where it becomes you're actually going to spin the tires.
So it's basically like you're preloading the boost.
Preloading the boost, because the boost is quite high on this 2.6 bar.
Sure.
Yeah. So what they've done is they've actually got a small turbo and a big turbo.
Yeah.
And the small turbo feeds into the bigger turbo, and so you spool up at about 2,500 RPM.
Oh, okay.
And then you let loose, and then it goes.
And I would assume the smaller turbo is also for the low end torque.
Yes.
So you don't get that lag.
Exactly. It's almost like an anti-lag turbo. But you'll see that when we take the engine cover off, the big turbo is quite a big boy. Like I would love to put a new turbo setup on, but Darkside are busy with their uprated hybrid turbo setup for this, and then you could probably push it to about 350, 360 kilowatts. Yeah.
On stock internals.
On stock internals. These internals can rate over 600 horsepower.
Yeah.
So they are super strong. They say that you can't kill this engine without proper maintenance, of course. But on diesels, I service this every 8,000 k's.
And usually diesel motors are very strong.
Yeah.
So I can imagine.
You have to take it for the compression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I won't be launching this thing. I don't want to be harsh on the diff and
No, I've seen you drive. You can drive, dude. You can drive.
So I'll just put flat, but first can obviously get the hang of it. Yeah. So let's go. It's not even 25% throttle. And again, 100.
It's deceiving on the highway. You think you're doing 120, but you're sitting at 180.
Yeah.
You get many speeding fines.
And it feels quite safe.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't even feel that speed.
No, no.
And the weight does its trick as well. So.
Yeah.
Reversing in. No jokes. That turbo's doing its thing. Eh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
From this to throttles, it's way different. Obviously, the
Yeah.
throttles has the sound, but yeah. It's just quick, eh?
Yeah.
And that's the thing with diesels, eh? It
Yeah.
doesn't revive.
No, they
It
don't
says the
live.
torque is
Yeah.
very instant.
So yeah, it makes about, as I said, makes 309 kilowatts at
Yeah.
5,000 RPM, which is nothing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how safe it feels. And at speeds wasn't jokes I was going.
No.
Oh, handles nice, and it's still the stock suspension.
Everything's stock.
Everything's stock. But then again, this is the S, so obviously it has its tweaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the normal.
There's a huge difference between the normal 3-liter TDI and this. Like I said, this is basically a Porsche.
Yeah.
With an Audi badge.
Yes,
And an Audi price, not a Porsche price.
even the feel of it doesn't feel like a van.
For me, it feels like those what do they call those? No, station wagons, right? But
Yeah.
they've got a name for
Also the
it.
touring car.
Yeah.
The Audi ones, eh?
Yeah.
I think it's the A6. RE6.
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 Yeah. They actually classify this as a station wagon on the license.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty much what it is.
But actually it is shaped like that if you think about it. It doesn't look like a normal van.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Actually long based at the back.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like it has a 7 seats. It's not a Q7 where it's a boat. It's pretty much a car, just slightly bigger.
I think Right there, let's go.
I think we shifted there a little bit. There we go.
It's all that torque.
Torque shift.
The camera's giving torque shift. Yeah. So you said 750.
50. Yeah.
50. Phew.
Yeah.
It feels way more than that, to be honest.
If you had to put this motor in a Golf 1,
Sure.
you would just destroy
I don't
it.
think that thing will go straight.
Yeah, because actually the motor is
All
quite
over the
small. It's
place.
quite a
Yeah.
it's actually a short block V6. It's actually quite a small motor.
So they're actually making your weight up, yeah. So saving a bit of weight. Seeing that the car is weighing over 2 tons, I think, eh?
With 2 tons with me in it. Yeah.
So it's quite a lightweight motor, you would say.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So it's all it's actually stainless steel.
Yeah.
The block is cast iron, but the rods, like I said, rods, crank, and pistons are all stainless.
This is amazing.
Yeah. I'm of the opinion, like, I don't want to really change too much. The German engineers are far better than me, but the mods that I've really done have just opened it up. The motor was restricted, and now it's opened. I mean, from 230 stock to 309 now, it's a
big jump.
That's a big jump, yeah.
It would have actually been nice to see the difference, like on the dyno. You perhaps have like footage, so I can add that in there.
I don't have footage, but I've got the graphs there. Yeah, I've got the graphs here.
Yes, yes. I'm just thinking, man, like on a normal day with your family in the car, no one will expect this to kill them. Maybe so, a Golf 6 comes out.
I got a good story. I was coming back from Franschhoek the other day with my wife and a friend in the car. It was hot, aircon running, and the Golf R pulled up behind me, and I saw him. He was lowered, he was tuned, and I said to my friend and wife, I was like, okay, just hold on here. And yeah, I smoked him.
And you showed no mercy.
I showed no mercy.
This thing is very easy to drive, eh?
Yeah. It's almost too easy to drive.
Yeah.
So
I feel it's too safe.
like what? Lekker?
tell us what speed I went there, but in that short space. Can I try one more time?
Go for it, dude. Go for it.
So left foot.
Left foot. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, you should have boosted a little bit more. So this is the dark side downpipe that I imported. It replaces the original one that had a huge catalytic converter on it, and then at the bottom of the car there's a Y pipe that removes the DPFs.
Sure.
So it just opens up the turbo, you know, makes it spool faster and get more boost.
And this,
yeah,
so this is the intake.
This is the intake. Also, they just released this probably about a month before I bought it, and yeah, it's just an intake pipe. Just replaces the original.
Yeah.
Still stock filter on it though.
For now.
And other than that, everything is bone stock.
Yeah. And you actually took your cover off to show them, right?
Yeah.
It's usually hidden behind this cover.
Yeah, usually hidden behind this whole plastic beast.
One of the main things actually, besides that turbo setup, obviously, is the radiator that you were speaking of. So maybe we can show them. I can see through here. Yeah. Sorry, the intercooler.
Yeah, it says dark side.
Yeah.
About twice the size of the original now.
Yes, yes. Actually, it's pretty nice under this.
Yeah, it's a great fit. It's quite incognito. But you can see that's the top of the intercooler up top there.
Yeah.
So it's quite huge.
Sure. But then again, it suits the car, man.
So it's like
car
a sleep. So it's like a sleeper anyway.
Yeah. Other than that, though, you see the software. Eh?
Software done by MRC. I mean,
obviously can't see it now, you know.
No. But yeah, I suppose you would say it's stage 2, I guess, in a way. But I mean, it's top class. So it's the downpipe, the DPF pipe, EGR delete over here, which you can't see.
Most of the stuff you can't see.
You can't see. Yeah,
and that's what makes it nice. It's
yeah.
a heavy sleeper.
Heavy sleeper.
Yeah. And the outside you kept it still OEM. Everything.
OEM.
No suspension upgrades, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Only thing is a transmission mount upgrade.
Yeah.
That just helps with changes a bit quicker. But other than that, nothing. Audi did a good job. So after I bought the car, I took it to Dark Arts Performance, and they just did I would say stage 1 map, you know, no mods whatsoever. So car came at 249, 635 stock, which is pretty much exactly what it is. And then it went to 267, 712.
Sure.
Yeah, so that was just with a straight map, I guess. But there was always this dip in the middle here, and then I researched online why it does that, and that is actually the changeover from the smaller turbo to the bigger turbo.
Okay.
And then that's when I researched the mods, and then bought all the stuff from Dark Side in the UK, and then here we come to the final one.
Yeah, look at that gain.
Yeah,
yes,
huge gains. So this is basically with the downpipe, the exhaust, EGR delete, cat delete, DPF delete, without the intercooler. But yeah, so it went from, so they said 262, 687, so it dropped a bit of power over time to there 309 and 748.
It's hectic, eh?
Yeah, and it's, but I mean, what's nice about it is that
the graph
is so smooth, and the thing is, it keeps the torque all the way up to the end.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. It's 309 kilowatts at 4,500 RPM.
It's very good, eh?
Yeah.
With the amount of mods you have on, man, at the moment.
Exactly. So
stock turbos as well.
It's stock turbo, stock engine. It's very little mods for a lot of power gains, and that's why I stick with diesel, I guess. Yeah. So this is Audi's little trick to make a diesel sound better. It's got a little bellow there with the valve.
So inside is the valve.
Inside is the valve.
Both sides.
And you can actually they actually pump the noise through the speakers in the car.
Sure.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hectic, eh?
Future plans, I mean, Darkside are busy developing the bigger hybrid turbo setup. and you could probably get up to I'd say 450, maybe 500 horsepower, so maybe 350 kilowatts. And if they release that, then I'll see. Maybe I'll go that route.
And obviously with the motor not being touched even.
Don't need to touch the motor.
Yes.
Maybe injectors at a later stage for
Yeah.
fusion. Feature of the car.
Klopt dan.
Maxed it out. Yeah. So, other than that, it's exactly the stock standard interior. You've got, they gave you like flappy paddle gearbox, which I never use because I over rev it. And other than that, it's put it into sport, put it into dynamic, traction control off over here, and off you go.
So that was the mode we were driving in?
Yeah, in dynamic, yeah.
Like I said, I'm pretty impressed on the way it shifts actually.
Thanks, yeah. It's for a torque
compared
converter.
to like other automatic gearboxes.
Like DSGs are a little bit quicker, but they can't handle the torque.
Yeah.
So DSGs, if you put 500 newtons on a DSG, you're gonna break it. So the torque converters are a lot stronger.
First diesel on the channel, and it wasn't just a slow diesel. Usually people, yeah, they usually like downside the diesel cars, but this thing's pushing out heavy kilowatts.
not your average family car, or your mom's soccer car.
But yeah, thank you, Mike.
Dude, thanks so much, man. Thanks so much. It's been awesome.
Yeah, we're hopefully gonna do his friend's car as well. Hopefully his friend is watching.
Yeah,
I won't say,
yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that Colson does have some pretty nice figures.
For all you Jap boys, it's gonna be a good surprise.
But yeah, I enjoyed my time. Thank you.
Thanks, dude.